Alright, you non-gender specific genitals bags, listen up, because this one's important. I'm Sergeant Jacob Wright, and you should be ashamed. Because of the erratic, arbitrary nature of our arguments, we'll often see them challenged in the free marketplace of ideas. Until we can shut down that marketplace for good, it is the battlefield in which we wage war. Shame has always been a great weapon in making the masses fall in line, and here's how to use it. Your first approach should be to intellectually shame. Use science-y words with hardly any science behind them, like power dynamics, intersectionality, appropriation, derailing. With any luck, your target won't know how these words relate to the conversation and withdraw. Best case scenario, he will apply to join this army and be properly educated. Now maybe they understand the words and know how to challenge your claims anyway. That's where you have to move up to emotional shame. Some words bring instant discomfort to any conversation, and they can be attached to other words. They lose all their significance while still conveying the sense of shame associated with them. That way you can have the desired effect with none of those annoying libel claims. Rape apologism, internalized racism, so on and so forth. This is where you'll filter out most people. They will either be made uncomfortable and leave, or shamed into joining. Either way, we win. There are times when these tactics won't work, maybe because you're facing a troll, or worse, a rationalist. In these cases, you have to fall back to low-level insults. At this point, you won't bring them under the fold, but you might shame them out of that embarrassing conversation. For younger men, question their genital size or their sexual orientation. Although the stigma associated with sexual orientation is at an all-time low, it can still work, especially on the impressionable youth. Also question their ability to make money. Mention they are probably still living in their parents' basement and are therefore man-babies. For women, slut shame always work. Remember, double standards are good, so even if we supposedly fight against slut shaming, sometimes we also use it, whenever we decide. If that makes you feel uncomfortable, use the lesser attention whore or submissive slurs. That works too. Takeaways. Not every insult can be used on any target. People higher up on the intersectional ladder are not really human beings, so you can attack them at will. People lower down on that ladder needs more subtle shaming tactics, so that your own racism and sexism doesn't show. Attaching shameful words like rape to something else like culture dilutes the meaning to almost nothing while maintaining the stigma associated with the original word. Use that to shame your opponents regardless of what they actually did or how they actually feel. Exercise. Go to any forum and find a shitlord who claims that people are entitled to a fair trial, even in the case of rape. Call them a rape apologist. Bonus point if you're the first one to do it. Odds are you won't, but it's still okay to add your voice to the lynch mob. Lynch mobs are cool now, haven't you heard? Question time. Paul asks, I tried to argue with one of those rationalists, but he always keeps calm and is basically owning the conversation. What do I do? Paul, you're not alone. With every misstep in this war, people become more and more aware of our irrational arguments. As such, sometimes you might find yourself in an unwinnable argument. It's at times like these that you need to change the nature of the argument, which coincidentally relates to my next lesson, changing the goalpost. So like and subscribe. Otherwise, you're a rape apologist.